Hello class, so today we're going to talk about the musculoskeletal system. So what this is going to involve are the muscles, the skeletal connections, and then I'm going to be talking about what you will be doing for your assignment. So an overview, the musculoskeletal system is crucial for the motion of the human body. It provides form for the body. It's constituted of the skeleton, muscles, ligaments, joints, and other connective tissues. So basically it helps with your motion. It's very crucial to have in your body. So for muscles, what are muscles? So muscles produce force and motion in the body. They are responsible. Oh my goodness. Alright, they are responsible for maintaining and changing posture, motion, and the movement of internal organs. So in every person's body, there are over 600 muscles, and it constitutes for about 40% of his or her entire weight. So muscles are responsible for both drastic motions, such as running, and subtle motions, such as blinking your eyes. Alright, now moving on to the skeleton. So we're going to talk about the skeleton for a little bit. The human skeletal system is the internal skeleton that serves as a framework for the body. This framework consists of many individual bones and cartilages. There are also bands of fibrous connective tissue, the ligaments, and the tendons in intimate relationship with the parts of the skeleton. The human skeleton, like that of other vertebrates, consists of two principal subdivisions, each with origins distinct from the others, and each presenting certain individual features. So there are the axial divisions that are comprising the vertebral column, which is the spine and much of the skull, and the appendicular, to which the pelvic or the hip joint, and pectoral or shoulder girdles, and the bones and cartilages of the limbs belong. So there's this axial part, which if you know of what an axis is, it's basically like the x and y axis in a graph. So you can think of this axial division as an axis for the body for which the rest is going to strand from, and it's going to basically be the foundation for the rest of the body. And the appendicular is going to be the rotational parts of the body, so your shoulders, from which you have joints that rotate, and your hips. So here are some information about the connections. So this system describes how bones are connected to other bones and muscle fibers via the connective tissues such as tendons and ligaments. The bones provide stability to the body. Muscles keep bones in place and also play a role in the movement of bones. To allow motion, different bones are connected by joints. Cartilage prevents the bone ends from rubbing directly into each other, so that's going to be in between the joints here. There's going to be some cartilage. Muscles contract to move the bone attached at the joint. So these muscles are going to contract and relax. You can see that in this picture. There are, however, diseases and disorders that may adversely affect the function and overall effectiveness of this system. These diseases can be difficult to diagnose due to the close relation of the musculoskeletal system to other internal organs. So for example, my grandmother has multiple sclerosis. It is very hard to diagnose her. She's had it for several years without a diagnosis because it was so hard to tell what was going on. Alright, so now we're going to move on to what you will be doing for your assessment. So, in groups of 3 or 4, you are going to research a particular musculoskeletal disorder or disease. This is totally up to you. Anything you can find that you think is interesting, you just have to have it approved by me. You need to find at least 3 articles that discuss and describe this disease. So you need to find these various information. What is the disorder and disease? What causes it? What does it affect in the body? How common is it? What are some limitations caused by the disease? And we are going to have some extra credit involved, so we'll get to that in our next section. Alright, so you're going to write a blog post. So you and your partners are going to create a blog post fulfilling the criteria in the research section. So the questions I just went over must be answered in your blog post. Your blog post must be done in the class blog, so it will only be visible to those in the class, and me, of course. The post should be 4 to 5 paragraphs. You must cite your sources in APA format both within the post and in a bibliography. Extra credit. So for extra credit, you and your partner can find a YouTube video at home. This is going to be done outside of class of a person struggling with your chosen musculoskeletal disorder. You're going to write an additional 3 paragraphs in your blog about the person's struggles, daily routines, and daily pains they might feel. So this extra credit is going to be worth 5 points, and this entire project is going to be worth 15. So as you can see, the 5 points will make up a lot if you fail in your blog post. So I hope this all makes sense to you. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't hesitate. I want you to be able to do this project efficiently.